Okay, in this video I want to give you examples of establishment, which is going to be existence, essence, and substantiation. So you probably have seen this picture or this story about the mysterious UFO object sunk in the Baltic Sea, and it was a very circular rock. They drew an outline around this, but it looked like it had hatches and that sort of thing. This is a sonar image, and it looked like it had landed on the ground of on the floor bed of the ocean and skidded across. And so people are thinking, is this a UFO? You know, it's a strange disc. It's, you know, the shape may remind you of Millennium Falcon, and here it is again. And, you know, it really did capture the imagination of a good part of this sort of media. And here, you know, the idea would, well, what is it? You know, I mean, does it exist down there? Does that UFO exist down there? All right, so that's really what they were trying to show. Bigfoot's like this too. There are tons of articles out there that we found Bigfoot, Bigfoot exists, that sort of thing. Okay, but how about something like this? Is that an elephant on Mars? Take a look. Turns out it's a lava flow. Okay, it's a Martian lava flow. But they were, for a minute there, they were, what exactly is this? Is this some sort of, well, people didn't know what it was, but they did know. You know, well, this sort of bleeds over into essence, right? I mean, what is this? And you know, does this mean that some other being was there that formed this, like the crop circles or something, or is this only coincidence? And well, it turns out that people are convinced now it in its essence it's just an appearance. All right. Now what about this? This is truly more respectable about approach academically for existence, and that's trying to prove dark matter. There's such a thing as dark matter, and look at all this work on there. Okay, perhaps non-existence. Is there such a thing? They look for dark matter. There is no such thing as dark matter. Okay. Dark matter no show. Is there such a thing as dark matter? Here's a contest. Is it for real? And it goes on and on. So obviously the thing is, you know, does this thing exist? Let's just try to prove that first. And that would be the primary methodology to do work on this. And of course it exists. Look, here it is right here. They bottled it anyway. Now let's go on and look at essence. Okay, essence is going to be, what exactly is this? Now here's an article that says how the American action movie went kablooey, and this person writes about these great action films and how we nowadays don't have something like that and all. But you know what he did? Adam Sternberg, he stopped somewhere at the top here, right here, and he says this seems like a good point to address the question: what exactly is an action movie? And he goes on and he draws out a list here, okay? And he's really trying to figure out the essence of this, what a movie is. He draws out a list of essential characteristics and all that sort of thing. So at this point right here, he's working on essence, trying to really establish what the nature of this thing is. Now he goes on and he does other things, and this might be a good point to remind you that many times an argumentative piece will be centered on one of these methodologies or argumentative techniques, but often they'll also employ other techniques in a minor way throughout the work to establish points. So although there may be a major one behind the work or upholding the work, there may be minor ones used throughout just to establish subpoints. Now let's take a look at substantiation. All right, here's one down here. Up here, too much TV, very little exercise, tied to depression. Now, look, substantiation tries to take a truism, just some commonly accepted notion, but it tries to add to it scientific data and the numbers and the experiment and that sort of thing. Does anyone doubt that if you just sit around and watch TV and never exercise, you're probably going to get depressed? You know, that just seems common sense. But you know what this person did, or this group did? It's probably a group here. They went out, yeah, okay, American Journal of Epidemiology, researchers found, and they found this, and they actually did the experiment. They got the numbers, okay, and you know, 20% less likely, all that sort of stuff. So that's substantiation. It's not coming up with anything new. It's not challenging this. It's just trying to put the numbers to a common sense notion and make it more scientific, more of an experientially established, um, you know, ground. And here I can't resist this: the portrait of an adult male, his head down with sadness. That sounds like the a title of a great literary work that never got written. But anyway, here are some other examples of substantiation. Do guard dogs protect homes from burglars? And well, now here's something funny, okay? Because this is two at once. You would think, yeah, sure they do. You know, everyone believes that dogs are going to bark at strangers. Well, really? Let's try it out. See, so someone, Graham Wood, I guess, got out there and is either reporting on this experiment or did stuff to see if they really did, and they staged a break-in and all that, and the dogs didn't do anything. I don't know. You read it if you want to. But so you know, only one of the, nobody gets him except one of the dogs, Kevlar, a 100-pound German Shepherd, nipped at him before scurrying away and cowering. Makes me wonder how they did this, but so they were trying to back this up with a scientific experiment that would be substantiation. Well, it turns out they also did controversion because apparently the dogs all ran away or something. But that's part substantiation there. Now here's another one. Report: phones really do cause planes to crash. Alright, so, people turn off the phones, right? We're taking off, and people are like, well, does this really... They don't know, but people are telling them this. The authority figure, the stewardess or whatever, is telling them, turn off the phone, But the idea is, does it really do anything? So somebody went out and did the experiment, and apparently it does. They have the data now to show this. Now, you can fiddle with data a ton. So I'm not saying that this is established and all that sort of thing. I mean, really true now. It's on a better footing for people that want to push it as the truth. And it's something more than just a house of cards for someone who wants to knock it down. Now you got to deal with the experiment. And now you got to show me how the experiment was done wrong, how the data was misinterpreted, if you still don't believe this. See? But it's certainly a possibility that it was done wrong, or that there was some sort of material cause, like somebody paying the researcher to skew the data or something. I don't know. But you realize this is just a truism that now has the data behind it, so it has been substantiated. And whoever got a hold of this idea and went to work on it did research work on the methodology via the method of substantiation.